Welcome to Sports Talk with Steve Jones, the daily talk show with the voice of Penn State football and men's basketball. You never know what special guest may stop on by any given day. Now here's the man of the hour, Mr. Steve Jones.
How's it going?
Yo, Mr. Crowdy would say.
Yo, man. So, the Phillies, by the way, clinched the National League East, so they're in.
There have been a few teams clinching the last few days. I know the Brewers clinched, I believe, the NL Central.
Yeah.
So it's going around right now in the MLB.
And I thought the Yankees were very impressive last night. 2 hits.
Yeah. So far, the Brewers have clinched, the Phillies have clinched, and that is it for all of baseball. The teams that are officially eliminated, no surprise there. Twins, White Sox, Angels, Nats, Rockies, and the Pirates.
Yeah, and they've got the Cy Young Award winner.
Yeah. It's definitely a thing to do.
So, look, the Phillies are obviously offensively really good.
Mm-hmm.
They're a lot like the Yankees in some ways. And the Yankees, for example, get 51% of their runs. 51% of the runs from home runs.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's in some ways it feels like an all or nothing kind of offense, and I'm not sure that kind of offense works against better pitching staffs. You will get home runs against better pitching staffs, but you
need to have diversity.
You have to have. There's going to be some games you're going to have to manufacture a run somewhere, and I mean, I don't mean I'm not talking about. Look, nobody bunts. I'm not talking about bunting somebody over.
But you got to get a single that has a steal, and that turns into a double, that turns into a...
Or you got to get a base hit, then another base hit. Now it's first and third. Then you got to get a base hit or a sacrifice fly or something and get a run like that. The Phillies do hit home runs. But they've changed over some of the roster. Getting a Harrison Bader isn't easy. Harrison, of course, played here for the Spikes. Terrific defensive center fielder who has turned out to be offensively, I think, better than Philadelphia expected. I mean, he's not great.
But he's pretty good.
But he's good offensively, and he's better than the Phillies expected. Johan Rojas, who played against the Spikes when he was at Williamsport, has just never been able to hit. He is a tremendous defensive center fielder, but he just has never been able to hit. Bader gives them a combination of it. Like, instead of having an A-plus center fielder, you now have an A-minus center fielder. Not bad. There's not a big drop-off with the ability to hit. That helps. Now, Trey Turner's out. They need to get him back. Schwarber has just had a fabulous season. Harper's power numbers since the All-Star break have been outstanding. They've got Alec Boehm back in the lineup. So we talk about teams making moves at the deadline. Sometimes it's a move internally. Well, Boehm came back from the IL. They got a power bat back in the lineup to go with it. Their trades at the deadline, not just Bader, but getting Duran to close.
Pretty good.
Okay, remember, Acevedo can pitch right now. Acevedo's tenure as a pitcher ends for this season on September 28th. He is not allowed to pitch in the postseason under the suspension rule. So they had to get somebody. They got Duran. David Robertson, who they picked up, who's as old as I am. No, I'm just kidding.
I've been watching since I was a kid, though, to give you an idea.
Right. Has helped. I mean, it's helped. They're a good team. The Pirates' issue continues to be the same thing. They can't score enough runs.
Well, speaking of not scoring runs, I looked up some numbers, and I have a stat for you. In the modern era of the MLB, who has the worst run differential? Any team.
What?
In the modern era of baseball, what team has the worst run differential?
62 Mets. I don't know.
The 2025 Colorado Rockies, minus 397. They are
And the weird thing is they play better in the second half.
And they somehow have a chance to get even worse. The only team that is within range of them is the 1932 Red Sox were minus 345. The Rockies are at minus 397. Closer time-wise to them would be the Athletics from 2 years ago at minus 339. But the point is the Rockies are a truly terrible baseball team. That is atrocious. That means you're on average for you're losing by like 2 to 3 runs every single game.
And the interesting thing about the Rockies is they draw.
Yeah. Because Coors Field is an incredible field and it's a very fun place to go hang out and enjoy a game. It's a beautiful view. But the Rockies stink.
Right. Now, they have passed the 62 Mets. They've got 41 wins. Mm-hmm. The Mets in 62 had 40 wins. 397.
Bad. The next closest this year is minus 182 for the Nationals. Like, they're over double the next closest team. Even the Pirates are minus 74. Yeah, but respectable.
But the difference is the Pirates have only given up 614 runs.
Okay? Yeah, the Rockies give up 955. They've scored nearly the same amount.
The Pirates have scored 18 fewer runs than the Rockies. Okay, keep that in mind. When we talk about offense, the Pirates statistically have scored the fewest runs in the National League. That's their issue. They don't have enough offense.
Yeah. They are top 10 in runs allowed. They've allowed one of the fewest amounts of runs. They just don't score enough.
No, I mean they have scored the fewest runs in all of Major League Baseball. Yep. All of Major League Baseball. They have scored 61 fewer runs than the White Sox. Really? And they've scored 18 fewer runs than the Colorado Rockies. Really? I mean, that is a horror show.
Average in baseball would be an extra 100 runs. If they had an extra 100 runs, they'd probably be somewhere around, I don't know, 85 wins right now. Yeah. Probably.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So that's where, but the Phillies, they're in. They're 12 and a half games up on the Mets, and the Mets have just fallen apart. They're 2-8 in their last 10 games. Yeah, they won their last game. That's nice.
Sure. Cool.
But geez.
Yeah, it has been.
That's ugly.
The New York Cities have been a roller coaster for baseball this year.
And by the way, the team that leads the American League West is Seattle.
Seattle's climbing.
Seattle in August kind of made their way through it. And now in September, they're playing really well. And Seattle's had good pitching all year. To go with guys like Raleigh, to go with J.P. Crawford, to go with Julio Rodriguez, who's a tremendous all-around talent, to go with Randy Arozarena. They're not bad.
They're a dangerous team.
Right. And right now, they're leading the West. It's Houston that has not played well down the stretch.
Yeah.
I mean, Houston went down to Atlanta and got smoked.
Yeah.
I thought both the Yankees' hits last night were very impressive.
There are some great hits, Steve. Speaking of hits, Joe Burrow has taken a lot of hits.
Very quickly, there is a domino effect to this.
There is.
Sean Clifford is now with the Cincinnati Bengals.
That he is.
All right, so Sean Clifford and Mike White, I think, were signed to the
Bengals practice squad. You beat me to the punch of the fun stuff I was getting to.
So, you act like I don't pay attention to things.
There was a side-by-side, though. Speaking of Burrow real fast, a side-by-side was mocked up of Joe Burrow compared to Andrew Luck, career-wise. It was one of those things where you look at it, and they're like, hit the same amount, all of this stuff. The only difference is Andrew Luck, quote-unquote, got hit more because he would run more. That is the only difference in the two of them. That just purely from a numbers standpoint, Burrow's getting drilled. Like constantly,
but this has been okay,
and it's been an issue.
Okay, so let's get to the Bengals, and I agree completely with the decision to draft Jamar Chase.
Yes, understandable decision,
right? Completely get it, because you're like, well, why do you bring up Jamar Chase for? Because that was the year you were debating between drafting Penei Sewell, who ended up going to Detroit
at 6,
right, or taking Chase at 5. I agree with the pick of Chase, right? Sewell is just an absolutely terrific offensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
But that's where they're dying on the vine. Okay, in two areas, they're not good defensively. They've made a lot of bad decisions over there, and they have not helped him up front. They haven't helped him.
There's a photo and a meme that's like Joe Burrow throwing the ball deep to nobody who drops it with Penei Sewell protecting him, or Joe Burrow getting slammed trying to throw it to Jamar Chase who's wide open. And it's just like, either way, we don't know how it would have played out. Like, let's say they did draft Sewell, for instance. T. Higgins is a great receiver, but is he a number one receiver?
But again,
like, that's the thing.
You need 5 of these guys.
Yeah, you need 5 offensive linemen. Sewell helps. He doesn't solve the problem.
Right. I'm just saying that was the debate, and that's why I went with, hey, look.
Yeah.
Go with the offensive guy.
But he's
taking a beating there.
He has.
And they don't have a deep. Okay. And here's the other part. They are so dependent on him, Burrow, because they didn't maintain Joe Mixon. They let him go. Running backs are a dime a dozen. So they can't balance the attack. All right. And not only that, you play offense to your defense. You play defense to your offense. Right? Well, what does that mean? Okay? Say, for example, you don't have a great offense. You don't take as many chances on defense. Why? Because if I take a chance and give something up, I don't think those guys can get the points back.
No.
So you have to play it a little more cautious on defense. Conversely, you play offense to your defense. If I have a defense that's a sieve, which they do, I've got to air it out every single time, and I don't have enough of a running game here to do this.
That's why it's all on Burrow all the time.
It's really on him. If they had kept Mixon, you'd at least have a running game which would allow you to what? Okay, take some pressure off of Burrow, give you a good play-action game. Oh, and by the way, eat some clock and have your defense watch. They're a mess.
It's bad.
They're a mess.
It's bad.
And the thing is, they're not the worst team in the division.
No.
Well, except they would ache to have Cleveland's defense.
Yeah.
Cleveland's defense.
Incredible.
Until late in the game against Baltimore. The score is like, Baltimore blew them out.
20-10.
Okay. Right?
Yeah.
Baltimore blew them out. Right? Until you look and realize until the middle of the fourth quarter, the longest single drive Baltimore had in the game was 24 yards.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it turns out the Browns have a terrible offense. Who would have thought, Steve?
Right?
No one.
Okay. But Dylan Gabriel stepped in and directed a 65-yard drive.
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll see what they want to do with that. But in that division, Baltimore's the best all-around team. There's no question. The Steelers' defense right now is third in the division. Only Cincinnati's defense is worse than the Steelers' defense. And offensively, only, right now without Burrow, the Steelers might have the second best offense in the division, and that's not saying much.
No, because the Browns have no offense.
Right? And in terms of special teams, the Steelers obviously aren't very good on coaching kickoffs.
Oof, Caleb Johnson.
Brutal. That I mean, again, it's not as if he made a mistake and ran back to try and correct it. He walked off the field. What are you doing? Even in junior high school, that ball's alive. That's a live ball in junior high school.
Yep.
It hit the ground. It's live.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't know. So
it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. So going around the league right now, there are just so many quarterbacks that are injured, hurt.
J.J. McCarthy out.
J.J. McCarthy's
Jaden
out.
Daniels
probably out. It is.
Okay, so who's Cincinnati playing? They're playing Washington, right?
Cincinnati this week is taking on, the Bengals are taking on, if I can find it, the Vikings.
Yeah,
it's Bengals versus Vikings.
Both
it's
backup quarterbacks.
Mike Browning versus J.J. McCarthy.
Okay, McCarthy's out.
Oh, right. Mike Browning versus Carson Wentz.
Right.
Right.
You're talking about week 3, you're already down to backup quarterbacks in a game.
It looks like Justin Fields might be hurt. So the Jets are going to have to start a backup quarterback. I said the Commanders backup quarterback probably. There's multiple throughout the league who are hurt, and it is just like, what are we doing? Just across the board injuries.
Look, and they're doing. Let's be honest. They're doing everything in the rules to protect quarterbacks. Everything in the okay, but it's still happening anyway. They still get hit. I mean, the ability to roll out of the pocket and throw the ball away. I mean, that's a great rule. But they're still all getting hit. You look at the play where Burrow gets hurt. He's twisted like a pretzel on that play. He's got guys all over him, up, down. It's a hard enough position to play to begin with, and he plays the position beautifully.
Yeah.
But it's too difficult to negotiate a 17-game season. And look, Jake Browning is he's going to make his 13th
something
start.
like that. Yeah.
I think when he had to fill in for Burrow 2 years ago, he was 4-3 as a starter. He's a backup. Okay? And I remember I was talking to a guy that is the sideline guy for the Eagles, and he took offense to this when I said it. The backup quarterback from Stanford.
Tanner McKee.
Tanner McKee. I said, good backup. He goes, because they had signed, he had hurt his thumb. They had signed Sam Howell, right, as a just in case. I said, I said, Tanner McKee's, is a good, solid backup. Right? He goes, I don't know, he's a lot better than that. I said, not really. He says, well, what do you think a backup is? And I told him a backup in the NFL is a guy that can play a couple of games and
not let the ship explode.
And suddenly the ship doesn't sink. I said, when they go longer, I said, now the wheels start to come off the wagon a bit because now everybody has video. What do you do? What don't you do? He goes, he's really, really good. I said, if he was really, really good, I said, he'd be with another team. Right? I mean,
you know who's really, really good as a backup?
In a world where everybody's looking for a starting quarterback, if he were a starting quarterback, why isn't he starting for somebody else?
Yeah. You know who's really, really good, Steve, as a quote-unquote backup quarterback? Daniel Jones. Who would have thought? Daniel Jones and the Colts are 2-0 on the season.
Yeah.
Did you predict that, Steve Jones?
No, not with that team.
Or did you predict the only positive for the Bears to be that Roma Odunze is a good receiver and the rest of their team is just the Bears? Because they got eaten alive by the Lions this past week, 52-21.
And the Lions made a nice offensive adjustment. It was subtle, but made a nice offensive adjustment. They looked over and they said, "Let's let Jared Goff throw the ball." They didn't do that as often in the first game, and now they're like, "Hey, wait a minute, let's throw it, let's air it out a little bit," and they just absolutely torched the Bears.
He went 23 for 28, 5 touchdowns on the day. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 3 touchdowns himself.
Yep.
Jahmyr Gibbs, 12 carries, 94 yards and a touchdown. They were just
again. But what was the key part of that? The 12 carries. In other words, when they ran the ball, they ran it well, but they didn't overdo it. Okay, they didn't overdo it.
No, they did not.
And the Chargers won last night. Herbert had a really good night. Couple touchdown passes, running, throwing, and then maybe an excellent coaching move, I think, by Todd Bowles. He let Houston score so his team could get the ball back.
Yep.
And that's something where DeMeco Ryans, as a head coach, has got to realize in that situation, okay, guys, I don't need you to score here. Let's draw this out as far as we can. And they took the bait and just let him in. And strategically for Todd Bowles, the right move, and then Baker Mayfield was able to bring them back, and they won.
Yeah.
But Tampa Bay's defense let the Texans score. And
smart move.
It is, these. I mean, I see these situations play out all the time, where James Franklin goes over all this stuff all the time,
Mm-hmm.
That's why it was so galling, the Indiana game in 2020. They had gone over it, and then they kept telling them before the play, don't score, because if you remember the play, he gets like to the one and like remembers, and he's now so it's like Bradshaw in the Super Bowl. Ahmad Bradshaw of the Giants. He got to the 1 yard line and realized he should stop. Right? And then he just fell in. Well, Ford did the same thing against Indiana. And the difference is that the Giants defense stopped Brady and the Patriots and won the Super Bowl. I think that was in Indianapolis.
It was
at Lucas Oil. But he let them score last night, and that was to the credit of Bowles and the confidence that he had in his quarterback. He said, look, the best chance we have is to put the ball in his hands and come back.
Yeah.
And they did, and that was big. The Chargers just plain beat up the Raiders last night.
The Chargers are playing hard-nosed football.
Right, but they don't have Khalil Mack. He got hurt.
He got hurt. And, of course, they have no Rashawn Slater on the offensive line. He's out for the season.
Right.
So they're banged up now, but they're still playing well. Games this week. Thursday's game is Dolphins at the Bills in Highmark.
Yeah, you know what? That'll be a game I'll watch. I'll put my feet up and just enjoy the game. It's a bye week. I've been spending a lot of time. I already have Oregon done. Right, so I've got.
You're prepared,
right? Yeah. Well, I have to update what they do with Oregon State, but but I want to watch the Oregon State game,
and you can,
and I can, and I will. But it's also allowed me to, like, for example, UCLA's lineup's a mess, so I had to change everything up. I had to change 50% of what I had on there from what I did in the off season. And then I'll work on Northwestern. And I'm done. The easiest one of all is Iowa. I mean, Kirk puts out a depth chart. Here you go. I was like, okay, great. And they don't change anybody.
No.
Right?
We'll get to college football as well in a moment.
Because the big game this weekend in the Big Ten's Indiana, Illinois.
Other games going on around the NFL this coming week.
And by the way, the Miami Buffalo game will be intriguing to watch because.
How many points can the Buffalo put up is my question.
How many can they put up, and how much of a mess is Miami? Look, and Mike McDaniel's a very smart offensive coach, but they've got a lot of problems down there.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't quite know how they're trying to build that team.
I don't think they know how they're trying to build that team. Because if they were trying to build it, if they wanted to go young with the guys they have, with the Waddles of the world, these guys on that team, they don't fit in. And it's a mishmash of young and old, but in a weird way where it doesn't really work. Other games around the NFL, though, the Packers take on the Browns. Similarly, how many points can the Packers score and how many points can the Browns score? The Browns, I don't think, can score enough points to even be in this game.
Exactly. But keep in mind, it's the first time Green Bay's gone on the road. So they built their 2-0 record at home. This is a game where Micah Parsons could probably get a couple of sacks. Especially if Flacco is the starting quarterback, which I expect him to be.
He's not going to be mobile.
But Flacco is not mobile enough to get out of there the way a Daniels could get out of there on Thursday night. They've also had the extra time to prepare.
Yeah. Colts, Titans, Bengals, Vikings, backup
the Colts
quarterbacks.
are in a great spot.
Yeah, 2-0.
Look, they're 2-0, and they've got the Titans. Now, Cam Ward played better in Game 2.
He did.
But the Titans, to their credit, are not good.
No, they are not good. And the Bengals, Vikings, the Steelers against the Patriots.
Look, that's a game the Steelers have to win.
They do.
They have to win. Now, there's some elements of the Patriots I like. They're a little bit better defensively. I think Drake May is a good quarterback. He's not a great quarterback by any stretch. He's not even very good yet, but he is a good quarterback. I think Travion, you know how highly I think of Travion Henderson. And I think that makes a difference because they now have a home run hitter at running back, and they haven't really had a home run hitter at running back since maybe Lawrence Maroney.
It's been a while.
That they've had that kind of running back. They've had good functional running backs over the years, but nobody that could really take it the distance. Go. This guy can.
Yeah. The Rams against the Eagles, both 2-0 teams in Lincoln Financial.
The Rams
are a good team.
The Rams gave them all they could handle last year in the playoff game. You look at the playoff run by Philadelphia. They had no problem with Washington. They had no problem with Kansas City. They had big problems with the Rams. So there's a couple of matchups in there that are not great. I thought Philadelphia, you go into Kansas City and win that game, but I'm looking at it as, yes, you won, but you didn't win.
No, they won by default.
Right. Now, first of all, the pass by Mahomes to Kelsey is a terrific pass. Kelsey just
dropped it.
Plain fouls it up. The defensive back, again, you're talking about a deflection, right? So you have to react to it. That's a heck of a play by him to react to it. He didn't have to react tremendously, but he still had to react. Still have to react to a deflection. And then the run back was terrific. The key was once they got down to the goal line and on 3rd down and 1, they ran the tush push and didn't get it. Now, I don't blame Nick Sirianni for challenging it. But the problem was there's so many bodies you can't see the ball, so I don't know if he got in or not. Nobody can because you can't see the ball. But then they went for it on 4th down, and they took off early.
Yeah, as has been discussed, about half the offensive line took off early.
Yeah, the whole left side took off early.
Yeah.
I'm going, what's going on? And I know what you're looking for as an official. You're looking to see if Kansas City's leaving early. Right?
Problem is everybody left early.
Right. But then you look, how can you not throw it? I'm watching it live. I'm like, geez, they left early.
There was one.
And then I watched the replay and went, whoa, they left really early.
There was one call. I remember this from 8-9 years ago where it was like false start, the entire offensive line. I forget who it was called against, but that was what this was. Everybody left early for Philly. Right. Every single person was across the line. And then all of a sudden, Kansas City's like, well, we got to leave now, too, because they're all going.
Right.
And so then they left early. And it was just they leave, everyone's offsides, and the ball hasn't been snapped.
Right. The whole thing was a mess and should have been, since Philadelphia is the one that went first, okay, that is the false start.
Yes.
Right? They should have been backed up to the 6th. Now, I'm going to guess, and it's only a guess with Nick Sirianni, that they would have kicked at that point.
Yeah.
On 4th and goal at the 6th. And it's a guess. He may have gone for it. But that makes it 16-10. Kansas City scored another touchdown. I don't mean it was a garbage score.
He scored.
To make it 20-17, which meant the game would have been 17-16.
And they would have been ahead.
Right? This is going to be one that is going to hurt Kansas City, and it's just going to help Philadelphia in a race where now with Daniels now out, their advantage in the NFC East is very clear and very wide.
From the NFC East to the AFC East, the Jets take on the Bucks this week. Justin Fields hurt. The Jets.
Mayfield's a good. You know what?
Bucks and Mayfield. They have Emeka Ibuka's an incredible receiver. He's really good. We knew this,
I've said that for years. But
he's the offensive rookie of the year right now.
Well, but okay, why did Cleveland get rid of him? I never understood why Cleveland got rid of Baker Mayfield. I never understood that. He
gave you positivity,
right?
And they said,
He got you to the playoffs. He got you to the second round of the playoffs. Now, Joe Flacco did after that. But I never understood what
you could build around Baker Mayfield. He was a building block.
You already had the guy.
Yeah.
What are you looking for? I don't know what you are looking for.
They mortgaged their entire future on Deshaun Watson.
To their credit, stupid organizations make stupid decisions.
Crazy. We have Raiders, Commanders, Falcons, Panthers, Texans, Jaguars, Broncos, Chargers, Cowboys, Bears, Cardinals, Niners, Chiefs, Giants play Sunday night. And then Monday night is Lions, Ravens. Those last two games should be interesting for different reasons.
Lions, Ravens should be really good.
Lions, Ravens should be a good game. Both are 1-1.
Like the
Both
Chiefs,
are good
Giants
teams.
game, I don't know.
Yeah.
Really.
Hey, let Russ cook, okay? He's averaging 300 some odd yards so far in each game. He's playing well.
He played well against Dallas.
Yeah.
He played well against Dallas.
So that is the NFL games. Heading over to collegiate football, we'll start, of course, with the big story people have been bringing up is, Arch Manning's not that good. Calm down a little bit. It's not why are we judging a kid immediately? Has he played well? No. But everyone's freaking out saying the world is ending and Arch Manning is the worst quarterback that's ever played the game. Why? Why is that what's being discussed? I don't get it. And this week is going to be an interesting week collegiately. You get to watch some games. Let's go through some Saturday games. Why don't we? So you mentioned Oregon State versus Oregon. Give me your expectation for that one, Steve Jones.
For which one?
Oregon State versus Oregon.
Look, Oregon State. Here's the best way to put it.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Smith is an Oregon State grad.
Mm-hmm.
Was doing really good things with that program.
Mm-hmm.
And he left his alma mater to go to Michigan State because they knew that the program was going, because the Pac-12 is no more.
Mm-hmm.
If they've been able to keep Oregon and Washington and have been able to keep the Pac-10 together and maybe add a San Diego State or something,
Mm-hmm.
or Boise State, I think there's a chance
Mm-hmm.
that, I think it's a really good chance he stays, because he had Oregon State
Mm-hmm.
doing well.
Yeah.
Playing. He left because he knew that they were now going to be no better, and I say this with all due
Mm-hmm.
respect because Penn State played Nevada this year,
Mm-hmm.
but no better than the Mountain West program.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, Oregon beat them, and Jonathan Smith was already the head coach at Michigan State. Last year, they beat them 49-14. It's going to be about the same this year.
Yeah. They're currently, they're favored by 34.5. Like
It's just, again, Washington State and Oregon State,
mm-hmm.
there are three programs in the country that have been dealt a bad hand of cards
Mm-hmm.
in all this realignment. And the three programs are Washington State, Oregon State, and UConn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, UConn has forever been dealt a bad card of hands,
Mm-hmm.
bad
Bad hand.
hand of cards,
Mm-hmm.
because Boston College kept blocking them getting into the ACC.
Mm-hmm.
Now, has it worked out in basketball where they've won national championships with Danny Hurley? Of course it has. But from a football point of view, they're an independent, right? Washington State and Oregon State were victims of, like, show me the money.
Mm-hmm.
And a bad commissioner who couldn't get them the money because they got the money.
Mm-hmm.
They got the money.
They have the offer.
Okay, no. The offer was from ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
And they rejected it. We can do better than that. I think it was like $40 million at school.
It was a decent number.
It was a good number. And they rejected it. We can do better than that. And they have, I think it was a Stanford professor.
Mm-hmm.
I've done all this research. I'm like, Mother of God, what are you doing? What are you listening to this person for? Okay? What are you doing? Okay? Over here in the real world, that's what your numbers don't compute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And they listen to all this. Oh, we can do better. I'm sitting there like going, no, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, UCLA and USC leave.
Mm-hmm.
Oregon and Washington immediately asked to be vetted by the Big Ten. And they were.
Mm-hmm.
They just didn't get in until a year later.
Mm-hmm.
And it left everybody else hanging.
Yeah.
I mean, Oregon State, Washington State did nothing wrong. Zero. They didn't hold up anything. Right? Nothing. Right? And then, I mean, because Oregon and Washington, when they saw what the Apple TV bid was,
Mm-hmm.
which was 23 with incentives to 25 per school,
They were like, uh-oh.
but the key was did not allow at all any over-the-air component.
Mm-hmm.
The contract didn't allow for it. They couldn't have been it looked like they were going to stay together. They couldn't have been on the phone faster to Chicago asking, is it possible?
Mm-hmm.
And then to the credit of Tony Petitti and Mark Silverman, they worked out the half share deal for each, with Fox fronting the half share.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because of that, you've got a whiteout game that everybody's aching to see because Oregon's going to be in at West Shore Home Field at Beaver Stadium a week from Saturday, right? Okay, that's what you're looking for. Huge brand, head-to-head, national TV.
Prime time.
Right?
Literally
Prime time,
everything.
right? And it happened because they're looking around saying, we got to get out of this. And they're still making more money with the half share than they would have with a full share in the Pac-12. It's,
It's crazy.
a shame.
Other games going on.
It's great. I think it's great
Yeah.
for the Big Ten.
Oh, yeah. But for the Pac-12. Other games going on, the noon kickoff, Texas Tech, Utah, 17 versus 16. Should be a fun one over in Salt Lake City. UAB takes on Tennessee down in Neyland. You have Kent State against Florida State. Auburn versus Oklahoma, 22 versus 11.
That
should be a good game.
That's an interesting game.
3:30.
That's an interesting game.
We have Tulane versus Ole Miss. Again, should be fun because Tulane is playing well. They're 3-0. Retzloff's a good quarterback. Ole Miss, we'll see what they've got.
Yeah, Retzloff is a good quarterback. The situation at BYU, who knows?
Yeah.
I can't.
We're not going to comment on that.
I have no idea. I'm not going to pretend I know everything about it.
Michigan takes on Nebraska in Lincoln. That's a 3:30 game.
Well, it's Sharon Moore didn't want to. He picked that game to not coach.
Hey, Biff led them to a 60-something point win. What does that do for you?
Nothing. And not only that, they're up. They've got I don't know, 49, 55 points. They still had Underwood in the game because we flipped it over in the booth. We're taking a look at it, like going. In fact, it was the game before Penn State played on Saturday. I'm like, I looked at Jack. I said, "He's still in there." I don't get it. I mean, are they that mad at Central Michigan for giving a sideline pass?
Maybe
a couple of years ago.
Purdue is going to be in Notre Dame, take on Notre Dame this week. Notre Dame looking for their first win on the season.
Look, Notre Dame is in a position where they have to go 10-0. Can they make it with one more loss? Sure, they could. A lot of things can happen. But if you want to make sure you don't fall into that, like,
maybe
precarious, huge gray area, you can't lose another game. They opened the season with two tough games. At Miami, you knew it was going to be a tough game. Texas A&M was a tough game last year down in College Station, which Notre Dame won. Tough game this time around. The odd thing is, Texas A&M in some ways benefited by having the kickoff return called back.
Yeah.
Right? And the penalty was a correct call. You can see him. He just he tackled him. I believe the tight end is from Sweden, Finland, something like Sweden. Right? And I think in Swedish football it's considered a legal block. No, I'm just kidding. But, talk about scoring too soon. It was electrifying. You're like, but it actually in the end benefited them because of the way the clock played out. Yeah.
We have that game is Notre Dame is favored by 26.5. It's a race to 28 per the numbers that were given. So it's race to 4 scores.
Purdue has 80 with freshmen and transfers. They have 83. No, I think it's 84 new players on the team. I can't tell you if they're any good. I mean, I think Barry Odom's a good coach, but when your two best players, Max Clare, tight end, ends up at Ohio State, and Dylan Tiedemann, your top defensive player at safety, ends up at Oregon, you've got a problem.
Yeah. Temple takes on Haynes King in Georgia Tech. That game is in Atlanta at 4:30 on the CW.
Well, look, Haynes King, the only thing I would worry about if I'm Georgia Tech about Haynes King is simple. He takes a beating.
Can he stay healthy?
He takes a beating every game.
Bo Beulah and Missouri are hosting South Carolina and maybe or maybe not Lenora Sellers. We don't know his health right now. But that, if there's no Sellers, South Carolina.
I was down in South Carolina in July. They love that kid down there.
He's good.
They just think like Like, he is the program. Now, the question's going to be, in the end, when it's all said and done with this season, do they maintain Shane Bieber?
Mm-hmm.
Because Shane Beamer is linked forever to Virginia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, which one's the better job?
Yeah.
I think
ACC is an easy way.
South Carolina is in the SEC.
And we'll always have the Bamas, LSUs, Texas is like the stuff.
But South Carolina last year,
they were good.
Had the 3 losses. Why they ended up 14?
They were 2 out.
So they were right in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Right? 3 losses at Virginia Tech. You end up 9-3 regular season.
You end up in the ACC title game.
Yeah, I mean, but if I've got Lenore Sellers as my quarterback, I'm not leaving.
No.
That's me.
That dude's good. Stewart, the defensive end, is
really
a monster.
He's done a good job down there, and the question is going to be for him. I've really started to establish a, quote, program.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want to keep going with my program? And am I getting, and here's the other part, am I getting the proper financial support for the program and for the players? Because you have your doubts about whether the financial support is there at Virginia Tech.
Mm-hmm. So they are taking on Bo Beulah in Columbia this week. You've got Florida versus Miami. That game is 7:30 on ABC. Then the other 7:30 games, Georgia State versus Vanderbilt. And then Illinois, Indiana, the big one in the Big Ten, 9 versus 19 in Bloomington.
Indiana's without its running back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, they have the transfer from Maryland.
Hemby?
Yeah, Roman Hemby. And he'll get more carries.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got 2 key running backs in the conference right now that are out for the year. Indiana's running back, and then Cam Porter at Northwestern.
Mm-hmm.
And Porter was the best offensive player, in my opinion, that Northwestern has. And he's out for the year. It happened the week of the Oregon game.
Mm-hmm.
And then Indiana, how are they going to be able to do without their guy?
Mm-hmm.
Illinois has played really well. Altmaier
has 709 yards, 8 touchdowns on the season. So not bad.
Well, no, I mean, Altmaier is – here's the biggest difference in Altmaier. 2 years ago when Penn State played at Illinois, they picked him off 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
Penn State had 5 picks in that game. Since that point, this guy has taken excellent care of the football. Now, last year, remember A.J. Harris was able to, A.J. Harris jumped it and picked it off. But for the most part, this guy has matured into a quarterback that makes good decisions and no longer skirts that fine line between reckless and aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good spot to be. Southeastern Louisiana takes on LSU down in Baton Rouge. Sam Houston against Texas and Arch Manning. We'll see how Arch can play this week. And then the 11 o'clock game, Michigan State versus USC over in Memorial Coliseum.
All right.
Both teams are 3-0 on the season.
That's not the issue.
What is the issue, Steve Jones?
Why is that game at 11 o'clock Eastern?
Good question.
Come on. Rutgers did this last year, too.
Mm-hmm.
And Rutgers didn't volunteer to do it.
No.
The schedule put them at 11 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
Why? I mean, I don't understand why some of these decisions are made.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how about playing the game right at 7 o'clock and 10 Eastern time? I don't get it. I mean, it's only an hour, but still, 11 o'clock is ridiculous. I mean, I could see maybe playing an 11 o'clock game between Washington and USC.
Pac-12 at night
where they're
type
both
of thing.
8 o'clock Pacific time, and it's 8 o'clock Pacific time for both teams body clock-wise.
The Pac-12 at night. Other games going on in the Big Ten. Saturday games, Maryland versus Wisconsin. You've got Washington versus Washington State. And then on Friday, Iowa against Rutgers.
That's the Apple Cup game. And again, Washington State is nowhere near in the category of Washington. Who's Rutgers playing?
Rutgers takes on Iowa in Piscataway at 8 o'clock on Friday.
I'm going to watch some of that because I want to see exactly where Iowa is offensively. I mean, they rang up a bunch of points against UMass.
If you told me they were going to score more than 30 points 2 times this season, I would have laughed at you. They've already done it. Gronowski, 179 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, but
it's UMass.
But the 2 wins they have, right? When they played Iowa State.
Yeah, they were Iowa.
The final was 16-13.
Still, in their bad games last year, they put up like 20 points, and that was a big one. But Iowa, as you mentioned, they put up 47 against the Minutemen. Gronowski, 16 for 24, 2 touchdowns on the day. So they scored points. Crazy.
That one, I have no idea how to handicap that game. Calic Manis is not a bad quarterback for Rutgers. He's not bad at all. And the question is going to be, can Iowa generate a passing game against? I mean, Rutgers is going to be a better defensive challenge than the 2 wins they had. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But that is what's going on around the college football side of things. Another piece of news that has made its way to the world today, Amazon Prime Video is joining the Masters coverage for first and second rounds. They're going to air 2 hours of coverage during the first and second rounds in April from 1 to 3 p.m. on both places. And the Masters has been, I'm fairly confident, really its own thing. It's been ESPN. It sits there. Now it's making its way to Amazon Prime.
Remember what Augusta National does. Every year when they do something, it is a 1-year contract. They have never done a multiple-year contract. And when you do, they know they have something that is special, and it allows them, by doing 1-year contracts, that they know people are going to want it, and it gives them control over what goes on. How many minutes of commercial time do you get? They give up, in the contract, it is 4 minutes per hour.
So 8 minutes of total time.
Well, no, that's for the 2-hour broadcast. But I'm talking about for CBS, it's 4 minutes per hour that you give up commercial-wise. That's it. Your announcers, I don't know if they say so or not, but they aren't fans, they're patrons. Gary McCord was taken off the CBS broadcast because he was talking about the speed of the greens at Augusta National and said they were with bikini wax. He's just being cute and being Gary McCord. Okay? In fact, I was listening to it when he said it. I went, that's pretty good. Right? Well, they didn't think it was pretty good. But when you have 1-year contracts, and I think with CBS they've done 53 of them. It may be more. I think
CBS began covering
60 years, 61 years now.
1956 was their first year.
Right. They've had it every year since. So they've done it almost 70 years. And they're all 1-year deals. Because each time they have the power over it. Now, when Martha Burke staged the protest against Augusta National, and I'm going to guess it was because of the lack of women at the club. I'm guessing, and I apologize for not knowing for sure. But Martha Burke staged the protest. Augusta National went to CBS and said, don't worry about the commercial part. We'll handle it. We don't want our sponsors that have been with us, Travelers, IBM, I think were 2 of the mainstays for a long time, right? And we don't want any blowback on them. We'll handle it. Man, you got a lot of money when you can do that.
Yeah.
But again, that's power.
Mm-hmm.
And they exercise their power in these one-year deals. Now, getting Amazon Prime and a streamer on there, right? I mean, that's fine.
Yeah,
I never have a problem when it's a streamer I already have.
Yeah. Well, it's now going to be, the lineup is going to be a combination of Amazon Prime, ESPN, CBS, and Paramount Plus as the 4 places to watch across the rounds of the Masters.
Right.
So that is happening.
But again, they're all one-year deals.
All one-year deals.
Right. Look, Amazon Prime has put itself in a good position. They've got the NFL.
Mm-hmm. They
now have the NBA. You get involved in this, I still think there's a possibility they get some Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because NBC's going to sit there, and NBC's put itself in a great position. Sunday night football, Sunday night NBA, Sunday night baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, live sports is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
For example, and I say this with all due respect because I didn't watch a second of it. I haven't watched this in who knows how many years. But the Emmy Awards were the other night.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at the list of shows that won awards and actors and actresses, I have no idea what any of those shows are or who these people are.
Mm-hmm. Most are now all on streaming platforms. Like the major one that won the TV drama, The Pit, is on HBO Max. Yeah.
Right? But I haven't watched any of those, and I don't know who half these people are.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, I may not know who 75% of them are.
Mm-hmm.
Sports is garnering all the ratings. You look at the top 100 shows,
Sports.
I believe it's like 88 out of the 100 are sports.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it's because sports has that level of unpredictability. Bills, Ravens. You don't think people are sitting there like, going, what's going on here? What's happening? Like, wow, look at this game, right? You're watching Tennessee play Georgia. Holy mackerel, Tennessee looks like they have it. Georgia comes back, game goes overtime, pins and needles. Even a game like West Virginia and Pitt, right? Neither team's going. It's just, I mean, neither team's going anywhere. But it's a dramatic game, right? It's in overtime. It's two rivals. Right, and you're watching it play out in real time. So the drama to it and the unpredictability of it, and so far in this NFL season, and a lot in the college football season, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, you've got people in prime time on the edge of their seats, not knowing who's going to win the game. Right? Formula TV shows, as much as they try to surprise or shock you, they don't. Even when they shock you, you're like, okay, they're just trying to shock you.
Thank you for listening to Sports Talk with Steve Jones, a 7 Mountain Media production. Come back at 11 every weekday for analysis of the latest happening in the sports landscape. From college football to European soccer, Steve and Kyle cover it all on Sports Talk with Steve Jones.